Started with the tournament, my job on the line. Tobler starting tonight. You can take it to the bank, and in fact, we're going right to him.
I was going to ask you, was that something that their coach knew? No.
Heck no.
Okay.
Zach didn't even know he was starting. I surprised him. And when we came back in from senior day, I surprised him. I drew the play up on the board, and I said, we're gonna get a. Troy's gonna come off the pick. We're gonna throw it back. Kyle, you pop, and Zach, you duck in, and everybody was looking at me like, what? I said, yeah, Zach, you're starting. You duck in, the guy can't help, just wipe him out like you always do.
Very good.
How great is that?
And the kids, I'm going to tell you something about the guys on our team, okay, in all seriousness. They were going to get him that ball, which shows you a lot about Kevin and Troy, Kyle, the guys on our team. They were going to get him the ball. It was going to happen.
I saw a big smile on your face.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah. I thought the best part of it was ignored. As he runs back, he commits a foul.
We told him to.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, so I could put Gary in.
I was going to wonder. I was wondering about that.
I told him, we're going to come right to you, and then you're going to do what you do best in practice. You're going to foul somebody. Foul somebody. But, I didn't, I'm very, if you came to my house, I'm not a nostalgic person at all. As far as like game pictures and, stuff up. But right before tip-off is when growing up here, going to school here, remembering, the renaissance of our program, two things changed this program. Bob Huggins in the opening of this arena. Now, it was the same year, as you know, Chuck.
Yes.
You came as well. So it really was Bob Huggins and Chuck Mayshot.
Thank you.
At the same time. And the opening of this arena.
Mm-hmm.
So, for me, I see my man Andre Tate, who we went to school together, and we've been close for 25 years, standing here with us. Probably the best defensive guard to ever play at Cincinnati. I'd say, if Kevin Johnson was a little taller, he might be right there. He's probably second to Andre. Because Andre had to do it playing 40 minutes and never foul, back when he had the high top fade, the Four Horsemen. But I remember all those games, Chuck.
Right.
Oh, every game. I can tell you, I was at the midnight game as a kid. I was at the Coliseum. I was at the Garden. But when this building opened, the program changed. It did. Let's just, the program changed, and obviously it coincided with Coach Huggins' arrival, and everybody on that staff. But, does Herb Jones and those guys sign here if it's not for this building?
It's interesting.
And we're playing at the old Coliseum with yellow, green, and blue seats. Do those guys sign here? Probably not, would be my opinion.
Right.
Because I deal with it now in recruiting with facilities. And I know what's out there. And this was such a weapon when it first opened. And it brought our fan base together again. Not having this gave people an excuse not to come. So, right before tip-off is, I wasn't getting teary-eyed or nothing. It was cool for the first time. I thought, it's cool to coach the last game in here. Because I remember the first. I said we got to bring Steve out and see if he can hit that corner jumper.
I was going to ask you that. Were you here for the first game? And you were?
I was not, but I was jumping up and down when Steve made that shot.
Is that right?
Oh, heck yeah. Heck yeah. When he made that shot, I couldn't believe it. That guy's a wide receiver. Hit a three in the corner.
Started from way over there and came all the way around the yard.
Look, I can tell you how about the ball rolled forever out of bounds. I can tell you the whole play,
Right.
Against Minnesota. So, obviously, it's just been a great run for our program in this arena, and the fans have been awesome. So it was really, obviously, we needed to get back on the winning track, get our confidence back. You don't want to lose your confidence late in the season. So for a lot of reasons, we needed to win tonight. But what I've learned, over time is, as a coach, you don't worry about results. In coaching, you worry about coaching. You have the best practice you can have. You don't think about anything else. Tournament stuff, seeding, your record. You just coach your team and ignore it. Because if you start thinking about results, that's for everybody else. You as the leader, you got to keep them focused. You just got to get in there and worry. We had 2 great practices on Tuesday and Wednesday and got back to trying to be a great defensive team. And it showed tonight because Houston came in here in their last, 5 or 6 games averaging like 80-something a game. And the only team to hold them under 70 has been SMU, and that was in Houston, and they got 66 on them. So, and I just want to get Troy's mind. I'm a big believer in this. You got to get a guy's mind on defense, and then just play offense. But your mind needs to be on defense. Your mind needs to be on playing hard, rebounding. You can't walk around thinking about whether I'm going to make a shot or not. And that's your entire team. You got to focus on the things that create the fiber of a winning team. Rebounding, defense, loose balls, passing. Do not turn the ball over, which is an area where, 11 for us is too much. I thought Jaron had 2 bad calls against him on 2 charges. But anyway, I thought our practices were excellent Tuesday and Wednesday.
Well, your first half was a thing that I think was portrayed. It was that smooth, that sharp, that classy. Any word as such fits what your team did that entire first half. Not that they did in the second, but you went to a little bit of a stall. And
I was just burning some clock.
Right.
And the other thing is, I figured let's take up 30 seconds. I can do some quick math. You're up 25. You eat up 30 seconds every time you get the ball with 8 minutes of the game. They can't catch you.
Right.
The other part of that, to be really honest with you, is I know we play Sunday at noon. So if we can just save our legs and burn the shot clock down, shorten the rest of this game, make sure I get my seniors an ovation, and let's get out of here.
That was a thing of beauty to watch those kids play that entire half. Not that it wasn't the second. I don't mean that in any way, shape, or form, Coach. I just said, boy, his team has peaked. This is outstanding basketball. And I thought your shooting was selective. I thought it was sharp, etc.
Well, we got, it's funny, Chuck. Kyle Washington missed shots tonight that he never misses. Left-hand shots. Right. When he gets 2 feet in the paint and gets to shoot with his left hand, you can almost put it in the book. Or this would have been a much bigger victory. But save him. We'll need him Sunday. We're going to need him all March.
You know what impressed me was what you taught him, evidently, when the first ball was thrown up for practice. That ball goes up there and you can't rebound it. Maybe you can hit it out.
Yeah, Jacob does a good job of that. Tip outs, keeping the ball alive. But as you know, we talk about offensive rebounding is about numbers.
Right.
You keep that. You're at the advantage. As an offensive rebounding team, you're at the advantage if you do tip it. Because they're in their boxing out. You have somebody getting back on D. So if you get a long tip out, it's probably going to be an offensive rebound if you can't get your hands on it. Jacob showed a lot of toughness tonight. I didn't think he was going to play. He banged knees with Justin the other day. He didn't practice. He was pretty sore. But he came to me before the game, said he wanted to play. I wasn't going to let him play. He demanded to play. So he showed a lot of. He wanted to be there for his teammates, especially his seniors tonight.
Right. Gary Clark, and I'll leave it go. I thought he played outstanding basketball for you.
You got to get him touches, buddy. He's a guy. He's such a good kid. He'll defer too much, and I got to get him touches. Mm-hmm. So I have to get him down in there. I got to make guys throw him the ball. We're at our best when we play inside out. Let's just be honest. And we played 30 games. People that watch us play, when we play inside out, we're hard to deal with. Because he and Kyle draw fouls. They get people open shots at the 3-point line. We do people a favor when we don't get those guys touches near the basket. We're bailing the defense out. Mm-hmm. But I want to say thanks to our fans on the way home tonight. It's been a great home season. Whenever you can close out a year and go undefeated at home, the students and the fans are a big part of that as well.
Okay. 14 months and 2 days since the last time you lost a home game. That's pretty impressive. 26 wins and counting. Congrats on the victory
tonight.
Thank
you, guys. Appreciate everything.
All right. Cincinnati over Houston tonight. 65-47, the final score. We'll take one more time. And wrap things up in just a moment.
I'm going to say a few things. Justin Berg here, BearcatJournal.com. I've been to so many games at that arena. I'm in traffic right now coming home from the game here, so just think of some games I can remember. I remember being at D'Antonio Wingfield's first game. I think he had 30 and 12 against Butler, I believe. I remember getting a call a little bit before they were going to play Tennessee with Allen Houston one night, and I got to go down to that game, get good seats. And that was back in the mid-'90s when Huggins, they could just pick one player and the guy just would not get his average, and they definitely made it tough on Allen Houston. They beat Tennessee pretty easily that night. The last couple years being there as media has been incredible. There's also been some tough losses as well. I can remember a couple. The Tulane game a few years ago was probably the most difficult one when they didn't even get to 50 points, but all in all, it was, like Mick said, it was a big difference maker for the program, recruiting, all that stuff when it first opened. And actually another memory just kind of coming out random here is A.D. Jackson, I remember, against Sam Houston State. That was my first game I ever went to. I believe it was the second year the building was open, I think, and maybe the third, one of the two, either the second or third year. A.D. Jackson. My dad, I remember walking up to the arena, he told me all about him. He said, we got this guy, A.D. Jackson. He's supposed to be really good. I remember he had a good game against Sam Houston State. But the best game of them all, no doubt, was this year, the win over Xavier. It was just the best atmosphere, the come from behind, probably the most important win that Cincinnati has had over Xavier since the 80s. In my lifetime, the UC Xavier game was always, if UC lost it, it was tough. If they won, it was just an exhale. It was never really a celebration to beat Xavier. And that one finally was. It felt great. I was there. I was working the game. Just incredible night. So I think that's my number one memory from the arena. And you know what, though? It's time. Just get the construction crew there. Start bashing stuff up and get moving on renovating that thing, because it's a long time coming. It's a long overdue. But give everyone that played in that arena credit, especially the early years under Cronin, because that was key for them to rebuild this program and make it so that they could sell it to the trustees or whoever needed to make the decision that yes, they deserve a new arena. They've got a winning program, all that stuff. And guys like Jamal Warren, John Williamson, Yancey Gates staying home, playing for UC, could have gone elsewhere. All the guys on those early teams and all the guys on the teams the last few years, and Mick Cronin and his staff. I mean, just incredible amount of work that they put in. I mean, just sacrificing sleep, driving in their cars to go recruit, whatever it took to get this program back on its feet. And now you have an undefeated home season. They're 26-4 as the building closes tonight on March the 2nd with a big win over Houston. And now one more game in the regular season, then on to the conference tournament. So thanks for listening tonight. Go Bearcats. This is Justin Berg with BearcatJournal.com. Thank you.